to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Tuesday, May 6th. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. Now that the cutoff area of low pressure that brought widespread precipitation to Southern California has moved on into the desert southwest, the marine layer has been able to rebuild across the coast, with the air mass becoming warmer and more stable. Low clouds have surged all the way across the coastal valleys and have extended across many of the coastal slopes across Southern California. Low clouds are less prominent across Central California. Clearing is likely to be fairly sluggish today as low pressure continues to linger. Precipitation activity this morning is a lot quieter than it has been the past several days, as you can see on the current radar imagery. The activity has largely moved into Arizona, though there are a few showers near the California border. A secondary disturbance around the main low-pressure system is expected to move into far southeastern California from Nevada this evening into early Wednesday morning, so showers and thunderstorms may become more numerous later on today, but will still be isolated to the deserts. Additional localized rainfall amounts of half an inch are possible under heavier showers. Of course, it is important to remember that rain gauge networks are very sparse out in the desert, so we will be unable to know for certain how much rain will fall. Without much change in the overall large-scale weather pattern, temperatures across the interior will remain warm today, with highs in the mid-70s to mid-80s. There will likely be a few degrees of warming over yesterday, especially for the high desert with increasing sunshine and the fact that the cutoff low is finally starting to weaken and move east. There will also be slight warming near the coast as the air mass starts to warm up, with highs back in the mid-60s to low 70s. Humidity will remain high across the coastal areas today as a deep marine layer remains in place. Interior regions will start to slowly dry out, with minimums largely in the 15 to 30% range. The northern deserts will remain the driest spot, with minimums of around 6 to 12%. There is high confidence that the low-pressure system that has been meandering over the desert southwest the past couple of days, keeping us cool and wet, will finally make its egress eastward on Wednesday. This will allow high pressure to gradually build back in over California and then strengthen late this week, bringing more summer-like conditions with warm temperatures and dry weather. Temperatures will rebound closer to normal levels near the coast on Wednesday, with highs nearing the low 80s near the warmer valleys. Then more significant warming is expected through Saturday. We will see the warmest temperatures of the season thus far, with highs in the 80s to low 90s for the coastal areas away from the beaches, and mid to upper 90s across the interior by Saturday. The low desert will begin to scorch, with highs exceeding 100 degrees. Humidity will steadily lower through the rest of the week as the marine layer becomes very shallow and temperatures steadily rise. By late this week, minimum humidity will fall into the 12 to 25% range for most of the region. As high pressure strengthens, there will be little in the way of night through morning low clouds. Despite strong high pressure developing late this week, it is not expected to last very long, as there are strong indications that another unseasonably deep trough of low pressure will bring back much cooler and wet weather by Sunday or Monday of next week. I won't get into any details here just yet, since it is nearly a week out, but expect May gray and some rain chances to make their big return next week. With regards to our fuel conditions, there is going to be a lot of variability based on the winners and losers for rainfall over the past week. Broadly speaking, all classes of fuels are now very moist region-wide, but we will see sharp drying trends across the finer dead fuels by late this week, as the warmer and drier weather settles in. For areas that didn't receive that much rain in recent days, the warming and drying conditions will lead back to more seasonably typical May conditions, with a continuation of grass curing. However, in areas that received more rainfall, such as the deserts, the San Bernardino Mountains, and the Inland Empire, there's going to be some real question marks as to what this amount of unusual moisture does to the growing cycle and how much of a delaying effect it will have on fire season. Large fire potential will remain very low through at least Wednesday, given all the recent moisture. By later this week, the hotter and drier weather may lead to some increased lower elevation grass fire potential in areas that did not receive as much rain the past week, such as the Central Valley and portions of the Central Coast interior. But again, other areas are likely to see significant delays to fire season onset after this late season rain event. So overall fire potential will remain low through the next 7-day period, but at least some increased initial attack is likely with the hotter weather later this week. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Wednesday, May 7th. Have a fantastic day.